Vjačeslavs Konstantinovs. I'm Vice President of Base Maintenance here in airBaltic. Currently, we are located in our biggest hangar. This is assigned for 3 maintenance lines, where we're performing the heavy maintenance for base maintenance and other ports. Totally, at base maintenance are working almost 150 persons who are dealing with the heavy maintenance. We are certified to do everything what is possible on this aircraft here inside Riga, except component maintenance, the 30 level, but everything what is related to aircraft, it is possible. We are doing this. Totally in technical department of airBaltic's working 500 people. So different roles, logistics, engineering, workshops, line maintenance also. And all together we are making sure that this aircraft is maintained and is safe condition in the flight. If we are speaking exactly about, for example, this aircraft is here at the hangar for C2 maintenance, which is performed on aircraft which have flown 6 years, more than about 17,000 flight hours, and so this maintenance is quite extensive when the aircraft is disassembled and a lot of areas are inspected and for different defects also tested to make sure that everything works perfectly. C2 check, which is currently one of the longest checks that is performed usually during a couple of months, depends from the scope of work. It should be completed within 2 months, but in some cases it could be completed even in 3 months. So as I mentioned, everything depends from the scope of work, how big maintenance should be performed on aircraft, because different airlines divide all the scope of works in accordance with their regulars, in accordance with their local authorities, etc. But mainly, yes, it's the name of this current with C2. We, during the maintenance, would slide too deep, let's say, to solve all issues which are also were reported or, let's say, commented by the pilots that might have some troubles and issues, just to make sure that everything is safe. As you can see, for example, here, we are looking under the skin of aircraft to see how the structure is, how the systems are working. So we are fully removing all possible access panels, so fairings, etc., just to check and verify that everything works as. And of course, in case of some defects, we are reporting, we are trying to solve these issues, and in case if there are additional, say, questions or unclear moments, we are reporting to the aircraft manufacturing, and together we are trying to do best, and then after aircraft is returned to service, the issue would be also solved and maintain another aircraft. Cabin crew is telling, welcome to the port, welcome to the maintenance event. So as you could see, during the heavy maintenance, airBaltic tries to disassemble the interior and try to return everything to the initial condition as it was directly after the manufacturing process of aircraft. So we are trying to provide the best service for our passengers, because the passengers are the most, let's say, important part of airline. Without the passengers, there will be no point to perform such maintenance. And it is the only moment when, let's say, the pilots are together with the passengers. No, let's say, walls, no, nothing. And yes, during the maintenance event, so we are trying not to refurbish just the interior, but of course we're also checking all the systems. As you could see, all panels are also removed, the wires are checked, the structure is checked, so just to verify that everything is okay and safe condition.
As you can see, aircraft is divided to the different areas with the zone. So each individual zone has its own scope of work, which task part or which job should be performed on this aircraft. And totally, as we're speaking, for example, for C2, technicians are completing around 2,000 different tasks on this aircraft, just to make sure that the aircraft is in good shape.
Aircraft is maintained in accordance with the instructions which are provided by the aircraft manufacturer. Aircraft couldn't be maintained in accordance with the wishes. All instructions should be followed which are produced by manufacturing. Therefore, in case of any issues, when we see that some discrepancies between the aircraft and the task itself, so we are reporting to the aircraft manufacturing to get all required instructions and solve the issue afterwards on the aircraft. So to complete all these task cards, as I previously mentioned, so it's required about 2 or 3 months, depends from the scope of work. Of course, there are the cases when the aircraft could stay longer due to, for example, more complex repairs, which couldn't be performed simultaneously with other works, but these cases are rare.
So, but we need to focus from these sides also, like we are removing the engine, so we should be also checked and inspected also the areas under the engine, the pylon, all, let's say, flight control surfaces. For example, here the slats are removed just to verify the structure there, which is not cracked or cracked, maybe corrosion and other defects would be present there. So all these areas are checked just to make sure, yes, that at the end all defects, all, let's say, minor even issues are noted, and at the end are also rectified, and of course reported to the aircraft manufacturer. So airBaltic has the unique experience as the launch customer for A220-300, and all defects which are found by airBaltic are usually, I would say, the first defects which are reported to aircraft manufacturer, and aircraft manufacturing is using uses airBaltic experience to develop their maintenance program, and at the end to have, let's say, the good product and the good reliable aircraft. Here, as you can see,
Another aircraft which is going on also the C2 checks. It's also like the heaviest check.
so this aircraft is currently located at the end of inspection phase, so almost all areas are already inspected. Technicians and mechanics find out how to rectify those defects, and at some point when the defects will be rectified, we will start the assemble of this aircraft. So this aircraft should fly around maybe 1.5 months. And then we will see again this aircraft in the skies in a safe condition. So most of the people suppose that the engine is the most important complex thing, but in reality it is not the truth, because about complex things like the engine, there are a lot of different instructions manuals. So even simple car mechanic who could read instructions could maintain the engine, but to fix the seats and interior, you need the real skills, because all this equipment is very sensitive to any, let's say, action, to any maintenance, and you could easily
broke those parts, and at the end the replacement of the seat belt might be required. As you can see, as I mentioned previously, on this aircraft the inspections are almost completed at the last stage. Here is, for example, on the structure there are, you see, the red tape, which marks the different type of defects, and at the end all these issues will be rectified by the maintenance. So, and you will see beautiful and nice picture and fully assembled aircraft without any issue. So, for example, the cargo compartments. Usually the people suppose that this is just the tank where the cargo is loaded, but as you could see, under those panels, how many systems are installed, how many avionics are installed, wires, etc. So the cargo compartment is very important. Also a space for different type of systems where aircraft manufacturers could hide all these systems and reduce the size of aircraft and make sure that everything is okay. Now we are located in our composite workshop. So the composite is more and more popular material which is used by the aircraft manufacturers during aircraft manufacturing to reduce the weight of aircraft and also regarding to the stiffness of aircraft. And as this material more is more popular, so frequently used, so all of course these items also should be maintained and repaired. And for example, here we see the damaged panel from the fuselage, this part of the fuselage, which has the small damages created by the small rocks. And all these areas should be after repaired, tested, for example, for the eliminations, and of course accordingly repaired, and then painted and be installed on the aircraft. So not everything what is, let's say, maintained or performed directly on the aircraft. A lot of components are disassembled and after that delivered to such workshops like the composite workshop. Currently we're located in a structural workshop, so metal sheet team. So as you could see here, there are the tools which are frequently used even in civil industries. So aircraft is, yes, the high technology aircraft, let's say item or a machine, but its manufacturing process is similar to car manufacturing process. Therefore, all such items are used also in aviation. So, similar to composite parts, also the metal parts also to be damaged and sort of while at the maintenance. For example, this part has a damaged nut plates, so which are holding the screws from another side or another component. So these items should be replaced. In some areas there are the small, let's say, issues with corrosion. So like these areas, which should be cleaned, of course, cleaned, inspected by NDT, and afterwards repaint. And when all these sections are done, so the parts will be returned back to the aircraft and be installed on aircraft. So as the car, also the aircraft is required the tire change, and it is also important part of maintenance process. So all tires when they are worn, so are also removed from aircraft, and after that we are changing the tires. So currently we're located in our entity room. So all the items which are repaired or defects are found, so checked for different hidden defects like the cracks or other small defects, so are checked by EDT specialists. So using this space, for example, the penetrant liquid, the guys are trying to find hidden wrecks, and under these slides they could see all under these slides, so they could see all, let's say, hidden areas or areas which should be additionally reworked, and after that, when it is checked by NDT for hidden defects, so the component after the repair or before the repair, yes, so put the return back to the aircraft and be installed on aircraft. So, for example, these plates, these are from tires, and when the tire is replaced, they disassemble the hubs and inspect the internal components for hidden defects.
So currently we are located on the first line, where you could see an almost assembled aircraft, which is also was after 2C check. Unfortunately, the other operators were struggling with the material issues, which means that even you have the time, even you have the resources, you physically ordered the material, but you couldn't receive it. And unfortunately, you couldn't finish the maintenance. And this aircraft will maintain during 3 months, and it's almost ready to be to start to perform the flights. But unfortunately, due to issues with the material, lack of material, so it's waiting for these parts. And unfortunately, it's still staying in the hangar.
Hopefully, in accordance with the latest news, it should return back to the skies during next 10 days.
So we airBaltic is not only like making the maintenance for our own fleet, but also we offer to other A220 operators to support their maintenance. We are doing maintenance for them. For example, we had here Riga aircraft from Africa, from Air Hostel. So a couple of times they came to us with the let's say to maintain their aircraft, as we are the leader with the experience, and most of the tasks are first time are completed by airBaltic for this type of aircraft. They also came to us to get this experience, and of course we gain all the benefits, because we not only knew about these defects, but we also have the experience how to rectify these in a recent and a quick way. And taking into account that A220 amount is growing in the Europe and also in the world, airBaltic has the plan to build the biggest hangar in Baltic states for 8 lines. And of course, as the option, we will offer the maintenance possibilities to the third customers like Air Austria, Air France, Squeeze, and other colleagues. Our plan is also linked to, at some point, we'll have 100 aircraft flying in our fleet. But when the last aircraft will be received, we are still planning to provide the maintenance to the third companies. Because airBaltic also would like to develop a maintenance business and create one of the biggest MROs here in Baltic states. And also it is also linked that currently we are not
widely offering this support due to lack of space here in Riga. But at certain place when the biggest hangar will be ready, of course, we could offer such thing. Also, currently we are developing our technical academy. It's quite similar to the pilot academy, which is widely advertised in Europe and well known in Europe. So currently, starting from this month, we are opening the technical academy, and of course we have tried to get all required number of maintenance staff to maintain our fleet first of course, and after that to offer digital to third customers. So, as you also know, airBaltic is testing and trying to certify Starlink for A220s. So we already had the test here in Riga with the Starlink equipment to see what are, let's say, the issues or might be the issues at the end during the certification process of the Starlink. All, let's say, items were noted and will be fixed for this certification. We are planning that the first aircraft already certified and ready for usage by our passengers during this year. Unfortunately, we are doing the best to certify it as soon as possible, but everything depends also from different authorities which should certify let's say the equipment on the aircraft, the aircraft with this equipment, and hopefully everything will be ready during this year, and also the first flying aircraft with the Starlink will be during this year.